Hey, what's up, people? This is Dapstrem Entertainment, and it's 3 minutes to 12 p.m. I'm your host, John Marvin, and besides me, I got my co-host.
Yeah, kama kawa, kama dawa, Willy. As your co-host, this is Dapstrem Entertainment, Dapstrem Media.
And today is on a Thursday. As we know, we'll be throwing back
Man.
later in the show. But as per to now, we are going to head into what's currently facing us across the country with important news. And I'm going to take you through the headlines. Currently, in the first headlines, the new UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is an African.
The second headline, behind the scenes, details why Mudavadi has been skipping the key functions attended by the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua.
On to other news, Wetangula speaks on Bungoma senatorial race and throws support behind his personal assistant.
Mambo Bado, Martha Karua gives reason why she doesn't and will not recognize Ruto as the president of Kenya.
Back in the country, on the next headlines, we'll speak on power surge yesterday across different parts of the country.
Yeah, so those are our news bulletins, which Marvo is going to start with the first news.
On to the first news. The new UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is an African. What do you think about this as Kenyans to the world? Because we had Barack Obama, the former president of the United States of America.
Yeah, he was just former.
Who is a Luo. Yeah. So I think Kenyans are really represented well in different parts of the world, because into this story of the new UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, it is said that he was born and raised in the colonial Kenya, while his mother was raised in Tanzania, which was recently called Tanganyika.
Yeah.
So they migrated in the East Africa to their families to UK in the 1960s. And so, whereas he was raised and took his studies, where he joined politics, and right now he's where he is at the Prime Minister head of poll. And this comes after we as is it a globe? We lost the UK's the Queen, and this is also opening doors to Africans who are aspiring to go for the top polls across the country or across the globe in different parts of the world, is in different parts of the country. What do you think about Willy?
I think about leaders in Kenya who are outside. They're representing us well. We've many leaders, even not being on major with politics. There are some other leaders who we have outside Kenya who are prospering, like the likes of Lupita. Lupita is like a leader, you see, anaongoza ile upande za mambo ya movie section and stuff.
Yeah,
so those are Africans or Kenyans who are representing us abroad ama outside and are leaders or king presidents or something. We really appreciate as a country.
On to the next news. Behind the scenes, why Musalia Mudavadi has been skipping key function attended by Honorable Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Okay. The new government with new things, and wow. Okay. It is said that in the agreement, Willy ilikuwa President William Samoei Ruto had promised Musalia Mudavadi a good role similar to Raila Odinga's seat back in 2010 when the government had the prime minister.
Yeah.
And he promised Musalia Mudavadi the same role, close to that as to the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. And well, as it is seen, the things are not sitting well with the Mulembe's son, who is convinced that he'll be running the show in Kenya Kwanza government. And Musalia Mudavadi is allegedly disappointed, as they are confident that his position will be equal as the Prime Minister Raila Odinga. And conspicuously, Mudavadi is missing functions that are being headed by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. And this is inaka showbiz lakini hata
naka bado ni madharau madharau kiasi. Hadi nyinyi mliona value ya Musalia, unaona? Value ya Musalia ilikuwa mabilioni,
billions,
lakini value ya deputy ilikuwa mamilioni, unaona? So we are not comparing them with money, but we are just saying hadi yeye penye yako, the situation that he is anaonekana bebe ufalo, unaona? As a prime minister, that is, you should be head. The second, you should be like the second head, isn't it?
Yeah.
The second head from the president.
But well, we all know that the constitution is not yet.
We are not aware of what is the constitution.
No.
Yenye wamepanga yenye iko juu hadi sasa tuelewi deputy president na prime minister difference yao ni gani? Si ndio? Unajua tu wako na nyumba tofauti.
Technically bado to change constitution into a split constitution. But the roles that President Samoei Ruto promised Musalia Mudavadi, he promised him that he will have close to similar roles to Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, of which Musalia Mudavadi is the head of the cabinet, and the cabinet is the core factor that leads the country, because in the cabinet secretary, the cabinet is where as we have ministries that drives the country into the next level, because we have the National Police Service there, which enforces the law. We have Ministry of Land, Ministry of Transport. Musalia technically has power over the cabinet, whereas it what's the name? It in a push, which that kuskuma government, because when the government isn't working, we'll go back to the cabinet secretaries, and Musalia is the one is the head of that, as where Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is under the president, whereas he takes orders from the president like directly, but has no power over the cabinet secretary, of which Musalia Mudavadi has power of the cabinet secretary. And I think it's causing some of a beef, but let's hope it won't get to a critical place, whereas we will be in shambles. We'll be in shambles in the country. Take us to the next headlines, Willy.
So the next news is about the Bungoma senatorial race. Wetangula speaks on the Bungoma senatorial race, throwing support behind his personal assistant. So the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula has expressed confidence that the Ford Kenya party will carry the day in the Bungoma senatorial by-election. Speaking on Tuesday, November 1st, during an interview, Wetangula acknowledged that UDF had fielded a candidate in the race, but maintained that Bungoma field is Ford Kenya stronghold. So, tunaona mambo ya Wetangula, the current speaker. So, his point in this senatorial race is that hata kama aliacha hiyo seat, alikuwa anataka kuunga mkono huu assistant wake, ilikuwa kwa chama yao Ford Kenya. So alisikia kuna mtu kwa hiyo seat na UDA party, but yeye bado ana maintain Ford Kenya ndio stronghold ya huko Bungoma, na hata backup huyo assistant wake ndio Ford Kenya iko inaweza baki kwa stronghold ya hiyo mtaa. Wewe unaonaje mambo ya parties and stuff? Haileti mambo ya ukabila ama kitu kama hiyo?
Ukabila tu iko Kenya. Hiyo nayo sidhani kama tutaweza imaliza. Ukabila iko Kenya unless hii generation ikufe yote. Wengine watekeleze ndo wenyewe tribalism inaweza pungua. But anyway, kwa in this case kuna the long term aid of Wetangula, whose name goes as Wafula Wakoli, who's spearheading the Ford Kenya as the main candidate for that senatorial seat, and former Kandui member of parliament of the DAPK party, Wafula Wamunyi, is also in the race to succeed Wetangula. And it will be a tight race, vile mimi naona. But unajua mambo huko ni Waluya tu, sawa, ni Waluya kwa Waluya.
Unajua Waluya bado wanaenda na influence, wanategemea mkubwa wao, because you saw what happened in Bungoma with the expectations of Raila, the former prime minister. Yeye alikuwa anategemea pale Bungoma atachukua bado kura zake juu, alikuwa anajua huko ni stronghold ya ODM and stuff, but kitu ilifanyika ilikuwa opposite. Yeah. But
you know, he didn't really depend on Bungoma, because he knew that he didn't have his local lads, our local lads wake, of which were Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula, wenye atawasukumia kura excessively huko, but bado alipata kura poa, and which hii bado inatu lead to the next story, our topic, of which is why Martha Karua has refused that Ruto is not yet her president. And hii inanionyesha yenyewe women ku move on ta zingine inakuanga kazi. Aja move on bana, si kama Kenya tumemwa kaende because
sio Kenya watu wamemwa kaende
wewe Jaluoland iliambia aje Raila, usijaribu kuja hapa ukilialia.
Lakini nini mambo ya Raila unacheki?
Unaona?
Hii ni mambo ya Raila naye anajua Jaluo, na mambo ya Raila ni kama hadi walichore.
Unaona, si ndio? Sinaona
kusho. Martha Karua, me from my point, she has her rights.
Rights ya kufanya nini?
Ya kuteta, ya kuamini. She's a lawyer in profession.
Yeah.
And if
she was a lawyer,
nafika pale anakataa, haizi kataa for no reason. Haizi kataa tu in the name of ati alishindwa na yeye anajashindwa.
Koti ilishaamua wa Kenya kama
so from her part she wanted the election the results to be declared, hiyo vitu ziko declared na watu wa East Africa.
Yeah, because her statement goes as comes 2 months after the Supreme Court upheld Ruto's victory. She will not be forced to accept, and the law recognizes that I don't have a choice. He is the president courtesy of the law, and I don't have to praise that position, Martha Karua said. I still stand here to say that the results were doctored, and it cannot stop my brain from working and forcing me to believe that. And she also added that she's seeking the truth of the will of peoples on the poll of Peter Azimio la Umoja Kenya Raila Amolo Odinga. Na hii inatuonyesha yenyewe bado tukiendelea kurudi kwa hii politics, manza tutasonga mbele, hatutaendelea mahali, because kwa hiyo inclusion ya William Samoei Ruto, we had a lot of leaders coming outside the country to vet in. Kama ingekuwa uongo wao leaders wangekuja, wangeona tu wenyewe Kenya is
you know, the leaders from outside, they depend on the media from Kenya.
No.
Yeah. So
and the media of Kenya ikasema nini? Ikasema uongo.
Media of Kenya ikasema uongo, ilisema kitu yenye iko.
Na walikam. Si bado walikam?
Yeah, walikam.
Kwa nini?
So for me from my part, I can say that the media said the truth, but Martha Karua is saying that the media didn't say the truth, and everything is just
Martha Karua anatenda na koti, hata si media, because koti kishaamua ni media itaitangaza.
Yeah.
Si ndio? And this takes us back to truthful in media. Lazima ukuwe na the correct news, to air it out to the others because inaweza to mislead. Hii bado inapeleka kwa ile kesi ya nani mtoto wa president wa Uganda Museveni.
Yeah.
Si ndio media ndo ilifanya. It was actually the social media that made him lose his poll as the defense manager. So he was resume of duties. He was relieved of duties, and as to that, I think Martha Karua itabidi tu ameamini hizo results na tusonge juu tukiamua kurudi kwa politics hatuenda mahali. We want to proceed as a country na tushaanza ku kickstart, wengine washaanza ku heal,
watu wameitikia matokeo,
watu walisha heal by the way. Ukianza tena kufua hizi kesi hatutasonga, itakuwa tu rage anger na waru kwa shingo wivu tu. So hii inatupeleka on to the next topic whereas Mnati will take us to the headlines.
Okay. So the last news, Nairobi, Coast and Mount Kenya hit by power blackout. Ni jana ama?
Yeah, jana by the way unajua stima ijakuwa in different parts of the country as per where my resident is from 11 a.m. Power ilipotea until the whole day. And I was talking to one of my friends and he told me that there's no also power. Yeye alikuwa naishi sides za Umoja. Ananiambia kuwa na power pia. And ilirudi jana usiku around 10 because ingekuwa imepotea tu like that's my area of residential Ngong peke yake. Ingejua maybe inaweza rudi kesho. But kama ni places different Kenya Power ingejikaza because inaharibu jina. And nikaona mimi mingine hapo nasema Kenya Power sisi ndio tuko
monopolistic,
of which brings there's no competition, there's no another supply of power in Kenya. Niko sure kungekuwa another supply of power in Kenya, maybe kama ni private company, they won't be doing what they are doing.
Yeah, true.
Because they know that tukicheza asara tusapass. And so they are just taking advantage and maybe